A defining mark of leadership is the ability to look ahead, identify opportunities, and take action to move them forward. We are proud to honor George A. Miller of Columbus, Ohio, as the 2019 Distinguished Leadership Award recipient. This year's Distinguished Leadership Award recipient, George A. Miller, has dedicated his career to advancing dairy cattle genetics and improving productivity for farmers around the world. It only takes one decision to change a life, or an entire breed forever. August 30th, 1965 is a day that George will never forget. On a farm 50 miles west of Washington, D.C., Round Oak Ragapple Elevation was born, a sire that would forever influence the Holstein breed. George proposed the magical mating to his cousin, Ronald Hope, because he recognized something special in that genetic combination. Elevation's dam, Round Oak Ivanhoe Eve Excellent 94 4E, traces back to Joanna Ragapple Pabst. His sire, Tidy Burke Elevation, was from an inbred Wisconsin Burke ideal son. From the day he was born, Elevation stood apart, and he would go on to become a global breed phenomenon. With more than 80,000 daughters and at least 2.3 million granddaughters, Elevation is known as the most influential dairy bull ever born. It is estimated that more than 95% of all Holstein animals worldwide can trace their bloodlines back to Elevation. None of this would have been possible without George's vision of what could be and his determination to see it through. Hailing from Virginia, George grew up helping on his uncle's Round Oak farm. He and Ronald worked with the milking herd, and it was there that George developed an interest in the breeding aspects of the herd and pedigrees of Holstein cattle. In 1943, George graduated as salutatorian from Lincoln High School in Virginia. He went on to study dairy husbandry at Virginia Polytechnic Institute, also known as VPI, and graduated in 1952 with his bachelor's degree. During his time at VPI, he worked as the dairy's herdsman and was the Dairy Science Club president. Thriving on education, George received his master's degree in dairy science from VPI in 1956. After graduation, George joined the Virginia Artificial Breeders Association, also known as VABA, as a fieldman. Soon, he was promoted to sales manager and then to general manager. While manager, George oversaw many new developments and changes to the dairy and AI industry. During his tenure, VABA converted from liquid semen production to a 100% frozen semen product. Together with other AI managers, he created the United Semen Exchange. This allowed small AI organizations and the dairymen they served to access a wider selection of sires from across the country. George also helped VABA's Sire Selection Committee negotiate Elevation's acquisition and developed relationships with Maryland and West Virginia bull studs to co-sample the young sire, resulting in a highly reliable proof. Sharing his talents and enthusiasm with Virginia breeders, George enjoyed offering advice on matings to help develop a sound herd. Respecting a farmer's time and finances, George directed the development of a do-it-yourself insemination program, so farmers could reduce the costs of incorporating AI into their herds. In 1973, George was appointed Select Sires Director of Marketing and Development. The role offered him the chance to develop new markets, both domestically and internationally, and he was successful, causing semen sales to triple. He was also instrumental in expanding the Select Sires Federation from 4 to 9 members. He supervised the management and staffing of Select Sires Prairie State, Cache Valley, Northwest, Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, and East Tennessee divisions. George established the domestic distribution to California, Missouri, Nebraska, Colorado, Florida, and West Tennessee, in addition to the international markets of Central and South America and Canada. A lifelong student of Holstein ancestry, George is respected by Holstein enthusiasts everywhere. He retired in 1996, and his example continues to inspire the dairy community and its leaders. George is a strong advocate for the U.S. Holstein cow and enjoys sharing the opportunities presented by top U.S. Holstein sires to cattle breeders. He relishes listening to breeders, discussing cow families and sires that they are using. He also loves connecting with young people and sharing his passion for the dairy industry. George has authored several books, including The Virginia Holstein Association's First 75 Years, 50-Year Anniversary of the VANC Select Sires, and The Story of Loudoun County's Dairy Industry. George's 40-year career in the AI industry, coupled with a revolutionary elevation sire, has been an incredible contribution to the Holstein breed and the entire dairy community. His commitment and vision will continue to inspire generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that Holstein Association USA presents the 2019 Distinguished Leadership Award to George Miller.